Hey guys, Julie Saillant, how are you? Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for coming back to the channel. I really appreciate it. I am your spiritual teacher. I help people find their gifts, get in alignment, find out what their mission is here on Earth. And I just help you actually accomplish what you're supposed to do here on planet Earth while you're here. So thank you for being here. This is, if you're new to my channel, welcome. I love each and every one of you. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for your comments. Please keep them coming. I like to respond to every single comment that I can. And this actually, we usually do numerology here. So I'll do, everyone has a number, right? Based on their birthday. So, but this video is for everybody. And I wanted to address it because everybody that I talk to has been going through what I'm calling the Great Reset. Okay. So before we go further, there are many ways to work with myself. And I also have a colleague that I work with as well. There is the Brave Academy, which is 4 modules. Each module is a month long. And that is where we really dive into setting up your foundation, getting you ready for and in alignment with what you're here to do on planet Earth, and holding your frame and how to really work with holding yourself together, creating boundaries and being successful while you're actually having static in your life, right? So it's easy to hold your frame when everything's great. It's hard to hold your frame when you've got fears and anxiety and you're worried about money and you're worried about your job, you're worried about your professional life, your personal life, whatever it may be, right? So there's the Brave Academy. We're also offering half-day VIP days, and you can also work one-on-one with me as well. So there's lots of ways to work with me. Everything's in the description box below. Okay, so this is for all numbers. And this is, I want to do this because everyone I speak to, so that means myself, my colleagues, my friends, my clients, everyone that I know is going through or has gone through what I'm calling the Great Reset. Now, what is the Great Reset? Okay. The Great Reset is something that's happening to you and for you, for you, not to you, right? So, but it's not going to feel that way. The reset is if you've been through this, which I went through this around Christmas time, it lasts different amount of time for different people. Okay. And what it does is it makes you slow down. So you've been sick, but it's not COVID. It's not like you have strep throat or you have the flu. It's an energetic sickness, right? So what that means is it looks like you're basically watching TV. You're going from TV to the bedroom, TV to the bedroom. You're up all night. You're watching TV. You're super tired. It's like 12 o'clock. You're like, okay, I'm going to go to bed. You try to go to bed, you lay down, and 10 minutes later, you can't sleep and you're back up watching TV again all night long. So your sleep is interrupted. You feel really not good, feel crappy. It feels like you're slinging through mud. So things that were very easy for you, like I'll just give an example. So I write all the time. I'm a writer. I have loads and loads and loads of books with downloads from my guides and from spirit and from God, from the Archangels that I've written. I've got blog posts everywhere. I write all the time, right? It's easy for me to write, okay? Since this has happened, it's been really difficult for me to write. Things that normally were easy for you are really hard, like writing a blog post or sending out an email or getting through a client call or scheduling, or let's just say you need to schedule your social media, or even personally, maybe just getting dinner ready for your family, or it could be anything, but things that were easy for you are now really hard. They take a long time. It feels super slow. It just feels like you're just going through mud, like something's almost blocking you. Like every day, it's like, okay, if I can do one thing, well, I used to do 15 things in a day. It's like, what in the world is going on here? My energy level is still not 100%. I would say I'm 95 to 97%. And people have even said I look different. I don't know if that's true or not. I hope not too different, but yeah, it's crazy. And it's affecting everyone I know. Now, why is this happening? Okay. My theory is that this is happening for a lot of reasons. And The reason why is this is an opportunity for us to get stronger and to really hone in on what it is we're supposed to be doing here. What's your mission on planet Earth, right? Because if you think about it, that's what COVID did, but now people are kind of back to normal and they've forgotten all that. So this was a way to take you down. And I always think of it like the military, right? So if you join the military, and if you're in the military, hey, hats off, I love you guys. But they break you down first, right? So everything that you come in with, your mindset, the things that you like, you don't like, they break all that down, they strip all that away, right? So that they can then build you back up so that now you all have a uniform way of learning and you all are on the same page. This is what I think is happening with this great reset, but it's obviously it's personal. It's breaking you down to the point where you're sleep deprived, you're tired, your things are really difficult. Nothing's easy, to the point where you're like, okay, I surrender. Spirit, God, the angels, whatever it is that you believe in, I surrender. I can't take this anymore. I give up. What do you want me to do? And I'll do it, right? And then Spirit comes in and it's like, okay, now we can start working with you. And it's also a way to open you up to new ideas, new people, just to change your life, to get you in alignment on the right trajectory, right? You may have been way off in the distance and it brings you back to center because you have no other choice. You have to pay attention to this. You're sick. You can't, I had days where I couldn't work at all, right? So it's a real thing, but what it's doing, in my humble opinion, is it's breaking you down to build you back up, to be the person that you were always supposed to be, right? The earth herself is going through some serious changes, as we know, and it's not good, right? She's trying to survive. We, as especially the master numbers, if you're master number 11, 22, 33, we have really big goals. We really want to help humans. We really want to help planet Earth. We want to help ourselves. We want to make have legacies. So this is a time where if you're going through this, you're not alone, number one. And number two, the reason why I wanted to come on and tell you is, if you're going through this, I can help you, right? This is why the Brave Academy was created. 5 years ago, I had this idea that God gave to me, and it was about, I lived so much of my life in fear because I'm empathic and because I was, shut down on my gifts at a very young age because nobody knew what to do with me, right? And a lot of gifted people go through this. A lot of artists go through this. People don't understand what they're doing, so they tell them to stop. And what they do is they shut themselves down and shut themselves off, and we dim our light so other people feel comfortable around us. But that's not okay anymore. It's time for you to be who you're supposed to be, full force, right? So that's what I think this reset's doing, is saying, you know what, you're a gifted musician, you're a gifted actress, you're gifted at numbers, right? Be who you're supposed to be, full force. And if people around you don't like that or they can't adjust to it, that's too bad. Seriously, you have to stop closing yourself off, right? And saying, okay, well, there's something wrong with me. No, there's nothing wrong with you. They need to adjust to you, right? So this is happening for you to help you be a better person. And also, a lot of us, as we go through life, we develop, kind of resistance, right? To new ideas, new places, new things. There's old programming that we have that we've endured and we've kept. And part of your job is to get rid of that programming and be like, no, I'm open to new ways of doing things, right? If I've always done it this way, and then somebody comes along and is like, hey, you know what? There's another way to do that. And you're like, well, I don't want to hear that. And I guess I'm stubborn. I thought I'd come a long way, but maybe not. But yeah, it's important that we listen to others. They may have a way faster way of doing things, right? Because they just do things differently. And so you've got to be able to try to maneuver and pivot and do different things personally, professionally, be around new people so that you can learn more, like be around people that are smarter than you. That's always a good thing, not a bad thing, right? So if you feel as though your goals are a million miles away, if you feel fatigued, if you feel irritated all the time and you're like, why aren't things changing? Why is it so hard? Why am I so far from my goals? Why are things taking so long? If you have a lot of that going on, that's part of what this reset is trying to eliminate, to bring in new ways of doing things, new ways of operating for yourself so that you can be more successful and happier. And remember, guys, when you, whatever your state is, right? If you have fear, if you're angry, if you're frustrated, if you're upset, everything you feel within you is going out into the world, right? And people forget this all the time. I forget it too, right? And the universe is listening, and whatever you put out there, you're going to get back tenfold. So if you put out there, I'm frustrated, you're going to get more frustration. If you put out there, I'm anxious, you're going to get more anxiousness, right? The only way to stop it is within yourself, to go within yourself, which is how to combat this is, instead of looking outside for answers, the answers are all within you, right? The answers are within you. I know so many people who want to change their life, right? And that's great. So they start watching all these, YouTubers, they start reading books, they purchase this, they purchase that, right? And before they know what they're doing, they've got 3 coaches and 5 books and all this stuff, but they're not listening to their heart. They're not listening to what's inside them. And that's the most important thing. You guys, stop going outside yourself and go within and ask yourself and ask your higher self, your intuition, what is it I'm supposed to be doing? What would make me happy? Where do I need to be? Who do I need to help? Right? And the other thing that they're telling me is that you guys need to start enjoying the journey, because a lot of us have a lot of control that we want to exert around how our life is supposed to look, right? So I'm going to make this amount of money by this date, right? Doing it this way. Well, if you have that perfect idea in your mind, it's good to have goals. It's good to have ideas, right? But what the universe is saying is be flexible, because what if you wanted to make, I don't know, $50,000 by June? Well, what if the universe is like, that's really awesome, but I was thinking that I could bring you $75,000 by March. You'd be like, cool, do it. But actually, that wouldn't happen if you're still thinking, I'm going to make $50,000 by June, and I'm not going to think about anything else, and I'm not going to let any other thoughts in. So even if somebody comes along and is like, hey, I have a really great idea. Do you want to do this together? I know it's going to make us a lot of money. You'd be like, no, I have this all set. I'm going to be making 50,000 in June. It's all good. Well, what if it doesn't happen? Because you've got so much control and anxiety and fear around it, right? The universe always has an abundance of everything you need, an abundance of time, an abundance of funds and resources, money, an abundance of everything that you're looking for. The universe has it. Always. There's always enough to go around. There's like an excessive amount of stuff, of time, of money, of resources for you, right? But we don't see it like that. So a little tip is, when I say, I would like to earn whatever by whatever, I always add this in, and I'm open to whatever the universe wants to give me, even if it looks different, right? So that allows the universe to give you and bring towards you more resources, more funds, more good times, more everything faster. So instead of 50,000 in June, you might get 75 or 100,000 in March. Who knows? Things can happen that fast, right? But you have to be open to it. So the key is that you've been systematically broken down to be built back up into like a new you. Think like 2.0, right? Julie 2.0. And Julie 2.0 is going to be less angry, less frustrated, focused more on enjoying the journey, right? Even if I can only get one thing done a day, and I used to do 10 things a day, until this stuff lifts of whatever it is that I'm going through, this reset, that's okay. I'm going to embrace it, and I'm going to be like, it's okay. I guess this is where I'm supposed to be. This is what I'm supposed to be doing. Maybe I am supposed to focus on one thing a day instead of 10 things a day. Maybe I'm doing better at doing one thing than so many, right? So it's accepting and allowing and saying, okay, I'm not going to be so stubborn about this. Let the universe bring stuff to me. Let me work with it. Let me try. And also the answers are within. So when you have a new mindset about how you want your life to look, you've got to be flexible, you've got to be open, but you've also got to understand that you will start to remember. I believe that this reset is about helping you remember who you truly are. I was actually out on the beach today and I was walking and I started getting all these flashbacks of past lives that I've had. And I'm starting to remember who I am. And the same thing's going to happen with you, because you are a divine spark of spirit. You are a divine sentient being, right? You are a spark of God. You are. So know that you're not just average, right? You're amazing. You're not just average. And this whole reset happening to you is to help you get stronger at saying, yeah, I'm amazing. And that's not ego. That's you stepping into whatever power you have, right? And then the answers are all within. So if you're getting flashbacks and you're starting to remember stuff, write it all down. Awesome, right? Keep a ledger, keep going with it, keep journaling. And know that when you go within, that's where all the information is, all the good stuff. Yeah, you're going to find stuff outside yourself, but when you ask questions about your life and about your mission and about how you want things to work and look, those answers are only within. And how do we do it? If you're not familiar, you need to start meditating, right? But most of you, I think, are already doing that. So you need to go deeper. You need to start having conversations with your guides. Ask them questions. You know, what is it I'm supposed to be doing here? How does this gonna look? And write it down, right? So I just wanted to come on and kind of give this to you and let you know that everything's okay, no matter what you're going through. I can help you. My colleague can help you. We have started the Brave Academy. It's awesome. And I would really like to encourage each and every one of you to sign up for it and to actually look at the application. I'll include a link below. There's an application fee and there's an application that we ask you to fill out because it is in depth and it will require introspection. This is not something where you can just show up and then I'll spend a little time with you and it's like, see you later, who cares? It's not like that. We're going to go deep. We're going to transform your life. We're going to get rid of your fears. We're going to bring in confidence. We're going to map out where you're supposed to be. And this is all about you growing, and you will have to do introspection and reflection. You'll have to look at where you are holding yourself back and let go of these things, right? Things that you may have been holding on to since you were little, that you've gotten from society or from your parents, and they said something and you took it as gospel and it's not serving you and it's never served you, right? It's never served you. Shutting yourself down and off, not serving you. No way. So there's that way to work with us. So I would really encourage you to apply because we have a conversation with you to see if this is a good fit for you. But there's other ways as well. You can do the VIP day and you can also work with us one-on-one and me one-on-one too. So I would love to help you because I know what you're going through. I've come out the other side of this reset. I'm pretty much through it now. And I am a changed person. And I want you to be too. I'm much happier. I'm much more open. I'm still a little stubborn, but I'm working on it. All right, guys, I hope this helped you. I'm sending you lots of love. Please comment below. Let me know how you're doing. If you've gone through this reset, where you are with it. And I look forward to talking to you soon. Thanks, guys. Talk to you soon.